Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and I hope that you are all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. As we really address Hedera, we ask ourselves, is this going to be one of those elite controlled projects? And when we really kind of think about that, when we even think about that term, right, what does that really mean? Well, for the longest time around this space, there has been this theory of these projects helping the elite's vision become a reality. Now, we're going to be addressing that. We're going to be talking about that. And we're going to go in depth on why I personally see value in supporting and being behind some of these projects, like Hedera. Now, outside of that, I did want to start this video off by addressing just the overall value of Hedera. Why Hbar itself is going to absolutely demolish this alt season. And for those out there that are going to be crying down in the comments below, because I already know that there's, a few people out there crying right now down in the comments, the keyboard warriors, saying blah, blah about the price action. I want you all to realize what phase of the market we are in. Everyone that has been screaming about Hbar and about the price action, I want you all to understand that this alt season is not even here yet. Bitcoin dominance, let me stress this real quick, is still over 50%. Alt season and the middle of alt season and the end of alt season happens when dominance is well below 40%. We are not there yet. So we can't judge any of these projects yet off of performance until we are there. Now, outside of that, let's look into a few things. This is development frequency. Here are crypto's top coins by development frequency. The team at Hedera has been the most active over this time frame. The below list is sorted by counting any non-redundant activity from a project and averaging this daily activity over the past 30 days. We have Hedera Hbar being number 1, Optimism being number 2, and Cardano 88 being number 3. This should speak volumes of just how much activity there is behind Hedera. Now, if we scroll down, the alt season time bomb is ticking, and now is the best time to go and get your free access to 30 secret crypto gems that I personally have researched completely for you so that you can save a ton of time and make a ton of money. The link down in the description below takes you guys to this page where you can claim your free access instantly right now, free of charge. It's completely free. So what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Go and click the link down in the description below as well as in the comments below to get access now. We can see the dev activity here. And we can see over the 30-day span, 500 and almost 53. Now, I have broken down a few of the notable activity around developments from this space over on DeFi Llama, and the commits, just in terms of dev activity on GitHub and things like that, the commits around Hedera is well over 7,000 plus, which is very significant. But this also shows us just how undervalued Hbar is as well when we look at the market cap versus some of these other projects. Market cap on this screenshot of Hbar was sitting at about roughly 3.55 billion. Look at ADA, almost 16 billion, number 3. Chainlink, number 4 at 10.39 billion. There's also a few other projects on here, 5.48 billion, 9.98 billion. So it just shows you how significant dev activity is on Hedera versus some of these other top contenders in the space. Again, Hedera is absolutely killing it. Now, also big shout out to Subjective Views because this post is from May 3rd. And here is a speech actually from Lehman Baird, the co-founder of Hedera, and also Swirls Labs. And this is at the Linux Foundation Open Source Summit. This was from April 17th, and we have Aberdeen is using Arcix Exchange to tokenize some of their money market fund on Hedera. They're bringing the world of finance to the ordinary people. This is a big deal. This is part of the transition that ledgers are making possible, and it is all on open source software, and it is with the ethos of bringing to ordinary people what is currently the domain of only some people. That's what it's about. And check this out.
Investors. And so they are bringing this to the world. They have a $20 billion, I think it is, money market fund that they manage, and they're now opening this up to ordinary investors through tokenizing on the ledger. So we're not talking about pictures of monkeys being turned into tokens, which is just, I don't know what that means. We're talking about actual real things, money market funds, and being opened up to people that didn't have access to it before. And instead of taking a day to settle and you go through a broker and then you have to do the trades and you have to settle, instead of taking a day to do all that, it's all done in a few seconds. And you can guarantee that it's true, and you can watch what's happening and verify it yourself. You don't get that with normal markets. They're bringing the world of finance to the ordinary people. This is a big deal. This is part of the transition that ledgers are making possible. And it is all on open source software, and it is with the ethos of bringing to ordinary people what is currently the domain of only some people. That's what it's about.
Now, when we think about that, right, what is he really addressing here? Well, he's talking about the tokenization of the world. This goes back to February of 2022. Guys, this should show you the levels at which Hedera is operating on. This is absolutely insane. 2022. What other projects were focused on tokenization at that time? A very limited amount. What narratives were around crypto at that time? Oh yeah, that's right. We were in the middle of a bear market essentially. And you had Hedera focused on tokenization of the world. And over here we have a breakdown of this entire article because it is lengthy, right? It's a very significant article. And it's got written by Lehman Baird. Okay, and we have, in the near future, the internet will transition from a centralized Web 2 to a decentralized Web 3 driven by technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain, and DLT. This shift will enable the tokenization of virtually every asset, allowing for fractional ownership, global transferability, and elimination of intermediaries. Tokenization, already visible through social tokens, NFTs, and real estate fractionalization, will expand rapidly, like the evolution of smartphone applications. Tokenization will transform business and social interactions, offering enhanced data integrity and trust. This decentralized infrastructure will support a token economy, providing increased liquidity, reduced cost, and improved settlement times. Examples of this transformation include stablecoins for international remittances, tokenized financial instruments for improved market participation, and creator tokens for new fan interactions. The token economy will extend to sectors like renewable energy, driving faster and cheaper trade of energy credits. To realize a fully functional token economy, an integrated ecosystem of exchanges, wallets, custodians, and standards bodies is necessary. A Web 3.0 evolves, or as Web 3.0 evolves, it will promote fairer, more transparent, and efficient business processes, giving everyone a stake in this new decentralized economy. And yes, I could not have said this better. And as we really look at this, right, what DLT is best suitable for this? Hedera has been at the forefront of this. The XRP Ledger, also very incredible. There's so many great projects in the space, but the ones that I'm really focused on are the ones taking this very serious. The ones that have been, really kind of addressing this since day one. Hedera has been here for a very long time. They're not here, as a great quote has been circling around for a while. They're not here to take part. They're here to take over, and they will. Okay, and they already started to. Even over here, back in January of 2023, bringing the balance sheet of the planet to the public ledger. This is with the UN. This is with the United Nations. And although, right, we can think about this as a bad thing, a negative thing. Oh, they're working with the United Nations. They're working with the World Economic Forum, right? I look at this as a very big deal because these elites will continue to push and push and push. You got to remember the connections that these big giants have, and it shows you that Hedera's in the room with these big giants. Hedera is working with these big giants. That's why I do think that the overall goal and the vision of Hedera and all of those individuals at Hedera is very significant to focus on. And I truly believe that they mean what they are telling us. Like when we look at how big Hedera will be in a couple years, I mean, it's going to look like night and day versus what it looks like today. And when you look at Hedera today, outside of price action, because I know that that's what is going to be all through the comments, right? Look at what happened over the span of just 2 years, 3 years on Hedera. It's insane. The overall activity that this team is pushing behind Hedera and the ecosystem adoption, the dev activity is a big thing, right? All of this is because of how big Hedera is becoming, how much work has been put into Hedera, the improvements, the upgrades, the connections. It is insane to say the least. Now, also just recently, April 10th of this year, Hedera's contributions to the World Economic Forum Metaverse Identity Report. Okay? The Metaverse. This concept has been truly hyped up to massive extent, and it continues to become a big topic even today because, again, as we really look at the Metaverse, it's something that is still in progress. There's a lot of companies behind this. There's a lot of big brands behind this. There's a lot of movement still on par with this. And although like I'm not a huge fan of the Metaverse, I really don't care about living in a digital world. A lot of people do look at the Metaverse as a massive game changer. And I do think that as we really look at the Metaverse, it's going to continue to become a big deal. Right now, it's still very early on, so we're probably still years and years away from this becoming a very large deal where people are actually living in the Metaverse, which is not a positive thing, but it is going to be a thing, as we already know around video games and things like that. Hedera is at the forefront of this. They put out a full report with the World Economic Forum around the metaverse identity, defining the self in a blended reality. And we have here what makes digital identity different in the metaverse, and it just really kind of breaks down like how identity is a multifaceted construct in the metaverse, encompassing representation, data, and identification. It connects and anchors an individual to both the physical and virtual worlds, forming the foundation that underpins privacy and security measures. As the metaverse evolves, the need for a robust and adaptable identity framework becomes more critical, and as explored in the World Economic Forum report, metaverse identity extends beyond traditional identity constructs. And this is where we really kind of look at, all right, if this is going to become a real big thing, who are going to be the players behind this? Well, it seems as though Hedera has forged their role within the identity space around the metaverse. We have Hedera brings our expertise in digital innovation to the World Economic Forum's Metaverse Identities discourse. Hedera's contributions underline our commitment to driving positive change in the digital landscape and its determination to steer discussions with authority and expertise. Now, this was not the first time that we saw a connection back to the World Economic Forum. If we go back to 2023, we have insights from the World Economic Forum panel on digital identity. And here we have Brett McDowell from Hedera chair and president. And this was key points around the work, what they're doing around CBDCs, digital identity, cybersecurity, and policy. And you might be looking at this and saying like, oh, well, they're supporting CBDCs and things like that. I'm done. The thing is that you have to pay attention to these elite connections because you will reap the rewards by looking into this and connecting the dots around who is going to be the pioneers of the next generation in terms of tech. Hedera seems clear to me that they will be extremely successful. Look at the events that they are hosting. Davos 2023, Davos 2024. These are all major connections back to the World Economic Forum. And even here, right, like this was with Brett McDowell regarding digital identities and CBDCs and what's happening around, our entire currency system. We know things are moving digitally. We know digital IDs are becoming a reality. And even over here, we have the full agenda of Davos 2024, what they were looking at. This is all around digital asset management, exploring tokenization, things like that. Like this is no longer a conspiracy theory. And by being able to spot the players like Hedera that will be a part of this massive move towards digital, you can also invest in core pieces of what I would assume is the new financial system, which allows us to generate massive wealth for ourselves and for generations ahead of us. This is why I say generational wealth will be created by investing into the technologies of the future. And in my opinion, Hedera Hbar is one of those projects. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.